All right, we move on to another guest that doesn't slow down. 4
Breakneck.
hours of live streaming, one after the other, superstars, all of them. We're going to bring on in just a second Nancy Ancowitz. She's an NYU career director and instructor.
And she's dancing in the background, man. I'm telling you, this is awesome. We know we're having a good time.
Business writing expert, published author multiple times. Her new book is Business Writing, Say More with Less. And here she is. Let's welcome Nancy Ancowitz. Nancy, how are you? You're on mute, I think.
Yep. Continue dancing.
That doesn't happen at least once a day. The day is not complete.
Exactly.
So your first, I want to mention your first book because it basically launched an industry of books about and by introverts, self-promotion for introverts. And then more recently, you've gotten into business writing, which is your specialty. Say more with less, master clarity, cut the fluff, and use AI to succeed. Tell us why now is the right time for a book on business writing.
Use AI to succeed. Everybody's doing it. Join the dance. But do it well and do it ethically. And I'll tie together, thank you, Ross, for mentioning my prior book, Self-Promotion for Introverts, The Quiet Guide to Getting Ahead. The two combine perfectly, because if you're an introvert, and I may seem extroverted, but I'm actually an introvert. I get my energy from my quiet time and my one-on-one conversations, that sort of thing. But if you're an introvert, you probably spend a lot of time at your keyboard. And if you're an extrovert, you probably need to spend time at your keyboard with a little bit of editing. So either way, this book is for you. How to write clearly and concisely is one of the things we're missing the most in our business world. People write on and on and on, and I'm not going to go on and on and on.
Well, when I was in school, I had to buy a copy of this book. And this was kind of like the Bible of, concise and clear writing. I don't think Mr. Strunk and Mr. White could have imagined that a business writing book would be talking about things like emailing and texting, let alone writing with AI and ChatGPT.
Yes, and they set the foundation for making every word count. And now we're just taking it to the new technologies to be today. So it's a perfect foundation, and they were an inspiration for me. My book is skinny like theirs. Says a lot with fewer words.
Very good. I started reading your book, and it was really, you obviously are walking the walk at this point. When did you find that because I'm sure every writer goes through this whole process of writing too heavily. At what point did you realize that you were probably doing too much and expressing too much when you could have just distilled it down to just what you're doing right now inside your book? Does that make sense?
It makes a lot of sense. I write way too much, and I've got a strong inner critic saying, no, no, no. So I've learned to some degree to separate the writer and the editor, send the editor out for coffee when the writer is writing, and I'll write pages and pages and pages. And the editor comes in and then chop, chop, chop. You don't need that. You don't need that. Why do you need to say, hi, my name is Nancy? They already know it. You have a signature block in your email. There's so many things you can do to chop, 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 in my humble opinion. Who needs that? Why do I sound humble when I say that? I'm personally inviting you. Well, who am I to say I'm personally inviting you? So it's being real, being crisp, being concise, and write all you want, Dale, but chop, 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 chop.
That's the most fun part of the process. And I think my editor probably thinks I'm insane, because anytime I get a manuscript back and I see a bunch of red lines on it, I'm like, Yeah, we did a good job.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. That's it. Way to go, editor.
From
You're
my
a pair. Yeah.
From my late teens to mid 20s, I wrote for newspapers, and I would fight with the editors over every word, even if it was like cutting a syllable or something so that it would fit in the column inches. I was like, no, that has a purpose. How dare you? Now, the amount that I slice is probably, more than half of what I write. Like, it's amazing how much you realize how irrelevant so many words can be to telling the story. Like Dale said, I think it's a process that you come to over time.
It is. You're both right. And Ross, if I can tell tales out of school, you and I have spent laugh out loud sessions co-writing, co-editing things with ChatGPT and giving it attitude and telling us what we think of it and cursing at it, whatever. No,
I'm not the only one who curses at it.
You didn't you understand my instructions? Can you do a little better?
It surprised me in the beginning that you so embraced ChatGPT rather than taking the avenue that so many took in the beginning, which was, I'm a serious writer, I'm a serious business communicator, and this is beneath me, or this is cheating, or this is unethical. And you really embraced it from the beginning. Why did you think it was okay or beneficial, or didn't diminish your achievements as a writer and communicator?
How many of you have typewriters? Get with the program. It was obvious to me, the writing was on the wall, that we had to do it, and we need to do it ethically. We need to do it in a sane way. I'm in a university environment. The students can write everything with ChatGPT in my classes as long as they use their brains. So it's here to stay. It's getting smarter and smarter. It's smarter than us and it's dumber than us. We can debate that. But the thing is, we need to use it. I use it as a collaborator, as a partner, as an unpaid assistant, or $20 a month, whatever it is. But I use it as an active thought partner, and I will always override it, at least in 2024. Talk to me in 2025 or 2035, and we shall see. But right now, I'm still the boss.
Well, tell us, for people who may not yet be convinced, and I don't know why they wouldn't be, tell us why they should get business writing, say more with less, and why they should vote for it over at ebook fairs. DaleLinks.com/vote, livestreamuniverse.com/vote.
Oh.
Use either one.
You want the introvert to be a salesperson now.
Yes.
What's in it for you? What's in it for you is, if you're looking for a job, if you're looking for clients, if you want advancement in your career, you need to sound good in writing. Sound good in writing. And to do that, less is more. My book is about less is more. So how to get every word to matter, to represent you authentically, and how to, boom, target your audience. That's what my book's about.
I freaking love it. That's so good. Everybody, please take your time. Go on over to dalelinks.com/vote. Cast your vote inside the virtual book fair. Selfishly, I'd love to take your vote, but in the same instance, Nancy brings up a very good argument. I feel like my vote's going to go over towards her at this point.
Thank you so much, Nancy. It's great having you on the book again. Business Writing, Say More with Less.